It was a damn good
But
book.
do you feel like that's a level of success because readers are asking for more?
Yeah, and then it's not how you it's a book where it's not how you expect it. Like sometimes you reading a book and you think you got it figured out and that author just boom twist. Um hold on, I'll type it in there. The
I wrote it down. It's called The Bed We Made by
yeah,
Ivy Simone.
yeah, the bed we made. I'm typing it by Ivy. And the book, the other book I was talking about, I really think that book should get a little bit more attention. It's another book called Bad Habits. I'm about to search it. Um, I think that book was really dope because it was like one of those books where I think it was like a breakout book too. Like because it didn't just focus on like I think that book had like a transgender
Mm-hmm.
in the book and in the time that it came out, that was something new for like urban authors to like even incorporate that.
Mm-hmm.
Was that by Ivy Simone? Let me check before I say that was her. Um, but it was like a motorcycle club. One lady had depression issues and kids, and she was kind of like getting beat on. And then another friend was a transgender that didn't. Basically, the transgender was used to get bullied by a certain dude in school and get beat on by him, and so he was a beautiful transgender. Um, and basically uh later in life when he became an adult he met with this. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Echelon was calling me. Let me text her and tell her I'm online. Basically he basically met back up with this particular said guy that was a bully. He was a part of motorcycle club and basically tricked him. Like he didn't know that he was a trainee. So he like it was that book had twisted turns.
Wow. I need that author's name so I can check it
Yeah,
out.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
Which book of yours, while you looking it up, do you feel like didn't get enough uh not love, but don't feel like it got enough light?
You do you mean for like this year?
Or just, out of your catalog, Bow Down was your most famous book. What book did not get as much that they kind of left out that you feel like should have got more uh viewership?
Um, so for the past book, it's one major book that I wanted to get like real viral,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Forevermore and Forever
That's what
After.
Shannon said.
Yeah, Forevermore book was like really like that book. I created like a whole own world. Like it had a little conspiracy. It was kind of sci-fi romance. But that book was real different. It was real different. Um, and it did. I think it got like 600 reviews. But I just wanted that book to like really go viral. To be honest, I wanted that book to go viral. I wanted
Okay.
it to get in a lot of people's
Come
hands.
on, readers. I'm gonna need y'all to read Forevermore and Forever After, my masterpiece. I'm gonna need that for those that haven't read it. Um, it was one more question I had
I'm
to
looking
ask
for the book
you.
right now, yeah. I'm looking for that book, Bad Habits.
What what does success look like to you, masterpiece? If you can answer it at the same time. If you're not, then we can wait.
Success. I don't think it's any level of success. I think you could just like keep pushing, keep going higher. Success for me is stepping out of the shell. I stepped far out of my shell because I used to be very shy. I never see myself even doing what I'm doing now. So success for me is when I sit back at the end of the year in December. I'm in December now. I'm gonna go all year, and so I never get to stop and pat myself on the back and be like, okay, you did that. Like you've had a good year. And for me, I can honestly say I had like a successful year. And I won't say like, oh, financially I had a successful year because that's not what I'm saying. It's just my work ethic. I thought that I was slacking off this year a little bit. I thought that I was hitting dead ends this year. But now when I sit back and look back at this whole year, I brought 5 new authors on, and I've dropped 12 books this year. And I'm looking to not beat myself next year, but next year I could add more structure. I could give something new. I can, my work ethic is always there. So I was able to network. Success is me being able to sit at tables that I never thought I'd be able to sit at, or just constantly going. Like I don't really have a. I always want to do better than before. So whatever I did this year, like success for me next year will be me just topping it. And I don't know what that could be because sometimes things fall in my lap. God bless me all the time. I'm always getting blessed with a new opportunity. So I just want to keep pushing. Success for me is getting a book as a movie. Getting it into more hands, bringing in more diversity. I'm always keep it urban, but I want other people to catch on to that and be able to enjoy our stories too, because we pen beautiful stories and we have our special way of penning them. Um, so my answer was probably always. I can't never give a straight answer, y'all. If y'all haven't noticed, I always come with more.
You first of all, it's a good answer. Your answer. Hold on, before you even keep going, your answer is your answer.
Yeah,
However
I never could
complex
give
or
a
non-complex
straight
it is,
answer.
your answer is your answer.
I always got to come with more. So I'm sorry, y'all. I wanted to get y'all that book. So yeah, it is Ivy Simone, Bad Habits. Y'all gonna enjoy that book. That's a good book. Thank me later because that's a good recommendation. Um, that's a hell of a good recommendation, and y'all will really appreciate that storyline. Read that before you go and get your heart broke with the bed we made. But the bed we made is a damn good book, but you got to prepare yourself. You got to tell yourself what you getting yourself into before you read that book. That's anytime somebody ask me what book really messed me up, that'll do it. So yeah, Bad Habits is one, two. I think it's 2 or 3 books, and then I like the fact that another character he has seizures. So he has seizures. That book is good. Y'all got to get into Bad Habits. That book is damn good. Ivy Simone Penn. I don't know if she gonna come back. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes authors just need a break, and I get it. Uh, yeah, Bad Habits came out in 2018. Uh, but shit, that was a damn good book. It's some books that you'll never forget. I reread that book. If I'm in a book slump, I just go back to classics that I consider classics. Like I'm waiting for Demon's Dream to fade a little bit in my brain so I can go back and reopen it and reread it. That's what I think that's what I consider a good book. When you want to go back and read, but you gotta play a little trick with yourself to try to be like so it can be like it's new again.
Right. I'm
So
waiting for it to fade from
that's
my brain because I need to reread it. But you know who else? I'm also wanting to reread Product of the Streets again, but
oh,
I have to give it I have to give it probably a couple of years because again, I am gonna always be a Mrs. Santiago Wellington. I don't care what nobody
I
say.
want to say that E. Bowser is that girl. E. Bowser, I read and I had to pause that book. I had to pause part three. And I hate that I had to pause it because I had a lot of work. And sometimes I have to pause. Um, but I've gotten into her inbox plenty of times because sometimes us authors need to hear that. But the way she crafted those books, the way she created those characters, I'm telling you, she created those characters in a way where if I was to open up another book, I'd be able to see somebody stealing her shit. I'm gonna say that. Like, if I was to open up a book and start reading a main male character and see how they, how they POV read and shit like that, I would be able to say, "Oh yeah, this motherfucker's stealing." Cause no, this is E. Bowser. Like, she has her own penmanship, and her mind is just like a masterpiece in itself. Like the way she crafted though, and I just really like, I know it got a lot of buzz and this, but that book deserves some awards because she really wrote the F out of Product of the Street. And I got Doctor's Order. Don't be jealous if you ain't got it, but I got Doctor's
I
Order.
got it
I
too.
got the hardcover. Knock knock. You
I
feel
don't
me?
have the hardcover, but I got a copy.
Look. Y'all see my little foot massager back there? I
Hmm.
got my medicine shot glass. I be taking shots. Okay. I love me some E. Bowser. I love me some
Listen, I'm trying to figure out how I can fit my big ass in that swing.
E. Bowser. I ain't gonna even try it. Okay, I'm not gonna hurt myself. Okay, I like I told y'all, I am handicapped.
I
I
didn't
got
say I
one
was gonna
foot.
try it. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I ain't gonna even figure it out. I'm not even gonna figure it out. I don't want to figure it out. That's some shit I watch from a distance. If I need to, I go on X videos, whatever, and view somebody being in a swing if I need to see it. But I ain't finna try it.
Screaming. Um, what is the one thing that you want your readers to get from your books?
The messages. I always got hidden messages in there. And you know what? I have hidden messages in my books. And sometimes it's only 10 out of hundreds that come in my inbox and tell me what those messages are, what they took from it. Like, they tell me what I was trying to convey with the story. Because sometimes it comes to me after. Like, after I get it in my mind what I'm writing about and why I'm creating these. Because I always do a why. So with the Master to My Pieces, there was a big why in those books. And I got my answer. My character, Masters, he had a hard time looking at himself in the mirror. And sometimes I think with us, and that was me after my car accident. When I was in the hospital for those 3 months, my granny would come with her little makeup, her makeup thing, and say, "Here, you want to see, do you want to see like how the scars and stuff is and stuff like that?" And this eye, like, because this eye was totally messed up. And I would cry and say, "No, I don't want to see. I don't want to look at myself. I don't want to see myself." And for those 3 months, I didn't look at myself. They'll help me go shower up, and the nurses will help me, and I didn't look at myself. And it took probably like 2 months after I got home to look at myself. And when I looked at myself, it wasn't good. Like, I crumbled. And it took me about 2, 3 more years to look at myself and start seeing a mother, seeing an empath, somebody that cares, somebody that go the extra mile. I stopped seeing a lot of things from my past and a lot of trauma from my past because I had a lot of trauma. A lot of things, sometimes I mention molestation. I've been through that. I've been through a lot of different things growing up. And when I used to look at myself in the mirror, out those things would just be there. And now when I look at myself, I see the success. I see the new woman. I see who I am. I could truly see, but beyond my looks, beyond my scars, I can see who a lot of people don't know who am I? That's the big question. You feel special, but you don't know why you're special. Who am I? And now when I look at myself, I know who I am, but I'm a lot of different things. That's why when you ask me, like, if you had to describe yourself in one word, I can't, because I'm so many different things, and I'm so many different things to other people and to myself. And that message in that book was really, really strong. And you had to really appreciate the storyline, not the spice in the Master to My Pieces, but the actual storyline when he walked out that room and told Pieces, I still can't look at myself.
Right.
He said that, like, I can't look at myself. And that was me talking through him. That was actually me. Like, sometimes if you ask me, I'm transparent. I'll tell you, like, yeah, that's from experience. That came from my true emotions. That's why I was like a tearful mess in that book, because I felt rejected, not from my parents, but I felt rejected by my friends at that time. Like, I spent 3 months in the hospital, and like two friends came to see me, and that was like a reality to my face, and then me accepting myself. So it was a message in that book. And you got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and have that one-on-one time. A lot of people say, oh, when I stare too long at the mirror, it freaks me out. But you got to be able to look into yourself sometimes. And I do appreciate when readers come to me, whether they're emotional or not, and they tell me that, like, damn, like, this really hit me, because that's I went through that. It's something deep. And that's another reason why I just always say that writing is my therapy, because it's a lot of things from childhood that I never was able to express. I never was able to get out. I was never able to get it off my chest and say, hey, this person did this to me, or this happened to me. Um, you know, in black families, in black families, it's a thing where, people overlook. So if I'm able to get it out in the bud and touch somebody else,
Take your time.
if I'm able to get a message out through a book, it'll mean a lot to me. Because sometimes, we keep a lot of the person that smile a lot be the person that, hurt a lot. And for my kids, I protect my kids, and I swallow a lot of things down. And I think through my pen, I'm able to get those things out and touch others that might have went through it, because it's been a journey. Yeah, it's been a journey. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's a safe space over here. This is safe.
Yeah, it's been a journey, but when I'm able to write certain stuff, and I know a lot of sometimes some of the stuff I write, it can sound animated, but it's real. And I love my people. I love who I am. But it's a lot of things that, I wish a lot of families, urban families, can get help and not overlook a lot of things that happens. And a lot of people, I carried a lot of stuff from my childhood, being paranoid with my own kids. I carried a lot of stuff with me. And I'm so open with my kids, and I want them to be open because, I was the kid that was afraid to speak, and it's a lot of things. It's a lot of beauty in our community, and it's a lot of things that we sweep under the rug, and that's why I think writing is a good is a blessing for me to have, because now I don't have to hold those things in. I don't have to, because it's at the point now where this is my closure. And when other people come to me and say, "Oh, that really touched me," I've been through that, and I felt those emotions. It make me smile, make my heart warm up, because damn, I don't always reveal, like, damn, well, yeah, that was me. Those were my emotions. Like, I'm able to feel like, okay, I'm not the only one that felt or went through this. I don't feel alone anymore. And that's why I'm very transparent now, and I'm open, like an open book. I say things because I feel like if it can get to you, and if it can touch you, and if it can help you heal, because my healing journey has been long and it's still ongoing.
Do you feel like your accident was the beginning of your healing journey?
No, my accident, it kind of pushed a lot of things to the forefront, but it was real ugly. And I can admit that I did not like the person I was, because I didn't like who I was uh, during my accident, because I was really mean. I wear glasses a lot to this day because I don't like people asking me, "Oh, what happened to your eye? What, you got scars?" I was really not who I am today. I was upset. I was angry. Um, I was upset with God for a while, uh, and I pushed a lot of people away. And I think I was evil. Like, my spirit, like this, what I feel now is pure. And back then, I had a ball of just, I was so angry. And it took a while for me to uh, be back to, to get, I never got back to this, because this is a whole new me, but it took a lot. I think God just never took his hands off of me, because it was a journey. I went from being able to get up. It took me 6 months to walk, uh, 6 months to walk again. My daughter, at the time, I just had my baby. I just had her. She wasn't even one yet. And then when I got out of the hospital after 3 months, I got home to her not even wanting to come to me, because my mom and granny was raising her, and I couldn't even, she'll be in the bed crying, and I couldn't get to her because I couldn't walk. I wasn't. And so that was making me angry. And then I'll hold my arms out for her, and she wouldn't want me, because, she was being raised by them for them 3 months. And that made me angry. That had me unsettled. Like, I'm not even a mom anymore. Like, like, that played with my head a lot. And it was just so many things at that time. So even the man I was with at the time, that's a whole nother story. So it was just a lot. I was raised as a Jehovah Witness, as a Christian Jehovah Witness. I never got baptized, but that's what brought me back to my sanity.
Mm-hmm.
That helped get me back to a sane space, because I can admit I didn't like who I was. I didn't like who I was, and when I look back at it, I've apologized to the people that I was mean to, because I didn't want to. I didn't have. I felt like I was ugly. Like, I just didn't feel. It took me a while to even take pictures, post pictures. Or if I used to post pictures, I used to have like a bang like swooped in front of this. You know what? Peace. No, Kaori from A Beast Captured My Heart. How she felt was like more. Matter of fact, she had my everything. Like when people say, "Oh, I want a visual of her," I am the visual because Kaori was literally, except for losing her parent, her mom or something. Everything that I put into Kaori from A Beast Catching My Heart is me from my car accident. Me walking with a limp. Sometimes I walk with a limp. You know, I can't walk straight, or but that they told me I wasn't gonna be able to walk again at all
Look at God.
because I don't do. I didn't. With the whole blood situation, it was a lot. So that I think that also I'm gonna say when you go through certain trauma in your childhood, sometimes you mentally try to forget about it, so you do forget about it. But that car accident pushed everything to the forefront. It pushed everything up. So when people tell me like, "Oh, I'm healing," or "I'm going through this," "I'm going through that," I believe in giving people their space. Because if you never had to be on a healing journey, or you never was forced to heal or get through something, because I could not be where I am today if I didn't allow God in and let him take over. If I didn't let him in and take over and cleanse me, because cried, I've boohoo cried to God, like, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Please help me. Sometimes you have to really talk and talk to him, and he listening because you feel them chills. You get them chills, like he hears you. So it took a lot of that, and it took my granny and my family, and then in the middle of that accident, my mom was having episodes.
Oh
So
no.
I went from I was the only child. My dad died when I was 2, so my mom raised me. It was the 3 women: my mom, her twin sister, and then my granny. They raised me, and I went from being spoiled by my mom to my mom hearing voices, and my mom having episodes, and her thinking that I'm against her brain. And I went from her spoiling me, hugging me, telling me she loved me, to her not, and she going through her episodes. I'm not understanding her. I had to get properly. It took years for me to understand her. I had to get properly. It took years for me to properly understand her, and all of this just was happening. It was just one thing happened to the next, and then once I got to a good ground, I wasn't perfect, but once I got to the good ground, I threw myself back into reading, and then I think, like I said, writing is just the biggest blessing, and I try not to overpower every book with mental illness. Sometimes I take a different route, but sometimes I always find myself back to that.
So writing is your purpose. It's your journey.
Yes.
Can you come get Shannon out my live? Get her. Get her. Get her.
Woo, I can't believe y'all done had me crying on here. Lord have mercy. Now I got one of them sleepy headaches. I'm gonna have to take a Tylenol so I can get to my right.
Well, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Your story touched somebody. It touched somebody. And the courage that it took to talk about it is amazing. So don't ever think that this was for nothing. Sorry for the headache. But it helped
Oh,
somebody. And it's going to help. It's going to touch more people.
yes.
It's going to definitely do that. So just know your test turned into a testimony that's going to help somebody. It is what it is. I'm not trying to put my church hat on, but I thoroughly believe in that. I don't believe that the trauma that we've gone through, like my trauma came later in life. It did. And one day I'll have the courage to talk about it, and I probably will. But
Yeah, it's hard, and a lot of people don't understand it. It's hard to. I had to come to grips with my trauma. I had to come to grips with it, and it's even hard when you know that. one of the main persons walking around still, like, but I keep seeing this person. They get their karma, their life lesson through jail. They can't never get right.
Right.
They can't never get right. You know,
But that's
and
not your problem to bear. That's theirs.
yep,
You dealing with yours. They
yeah,
got to deal with theirs, and they mad at you because you dealing with yours.
yep,
So
and
that's your issue. You have to figure it out on your own.
yeah,
But baby, your testimony touched me. It has given me the courage to tell my own story. Eventually, it'll come.
yeah. And see, me, I don't just flat out tell it because I never write a biography about whatever that's called about myself. But when I honestly tell people, which character, which emotions were head on straight me. Because in my writing sessions, sometimes I have my moments and I get up, walk away, or if he see me in here crying or something in the middle, he'd be like, "Come on, get on up. It's time to take a break. Time."
Right, right.
Or sometimes he'll know. Because sometimes I admit, sometimes I'll be in a very shitty mood sometimes after certain scenes I write. And he brings me back. He brings me back. That's why I said sometimes depending on the book, it can really, sometimes it's hard to code switch. It's hard to code switch.
Shit, it's hard to code switch on a day-to-day basis.
Yes. Especially me at the stove. I'll be up at the stove and in my mind I'll be looking at name tags and then I'm bumping into stuff because I'm thinking about the next chapter I'm finna write.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
let me get my butt up. Let me stop thinking about the book at grocery shop because I've been got home and forgot like two ingredients to my meal because I'm over here thinking about the next chapter I want to write.
Question. When you first saw your name on the title of your first book, and then when you saw your name on a book that you constructed all by yourself, how did that make you feel?
Oh man, it be surreal. First off, when you see your first number one bestseller, I don't know how to feel, honestly. Most authors go out, have a drink, celebrate. I think for my 34th birthday was my first time even celebrating being an author, having more than 20 number ones, me just celebrating myself, me celebrating the fact that I'm an author. Like, like some people ask me, like, do you ever sit back and look at the big picture of yourself?
Right.
And when you don't go like me, when you want to grind like me, you really don't, because you just moving. You on autopilot. You just cruising through. You just I really don't. The first time it was really unreal to me, and it still feel that way when people say, "Oh, you my favorite author. I love your work. You my favorite author, and you help me," because that really touches me.
Right.
Like, wow, I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do. Um, it's still unrealistic in so many ways. I don't never get to stop and really celebrate. So I felt good when I had my friends, my family and friends over here, and they actually like recognized me for who I am now. They actually recognized me, and that made me feel good. Um, because I do sometimes randomly stop and say, what, I'm gonna have me a big glass of wine and I'm gonna listen to some music in here and I'm gonna prop my feet up and just mellow out with myself, vibe out with myself, and I congratulate myself. I talk to myself. You're doing good, Sherelle. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're living in your purpose. You move. I always say these things to myself. But sometimes, when you in grind mode, you don't stop and acknowledge yourself and ask yourself, how do I feel? Do I
Right.
feel good? Do I feel most of the time I got anxiety. Like I gotta keep pushing. What's next? What's next? What's next? I'm constantly on the go. My mind is constantly on the go.
So I'm gonna ask you to pop your shit, ma'am. What you got coming up for 2025?
I got a solid. 10 books, maybe 8 books for 2025. They all gonna be nice length. I do got a couple of novellas in there, sprinkled in there. My biggest thing for me is this dark romance that I'm working on right now. It's called The Filth Kings. I can say the title now because I got a cover. I posted the cover on here. It's exclusively only posted on TikTok because I needed to see how everybody was gonna take to it. So I got a dark romance. I got a couple of regular, urban romance books. I got forbidden love tropes. Um, this year, not this year, but 2025 is looking real masterpiece ish. It's looking real good for your girl next year. So yeah, I got a couple of audio books in the mix in the making. I got a couple that I'm looking forward to trying to get out there. Just I got got authors dropping. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff for 2025, and I think Masterpiece Presents is coming out explosive.
You
For
know what? Come on,
we,
explosive.
we dropping draw. Look, not draws. Ooh, look where my mind at. We dropping jaws. Okay,
I'll start reading.
we
Uh,
dropping jaws for 2025. Starting out, we got about 5, 6 books dropping in January. I think I'm gonna just call it the Masterpiece Presents Takeover.
listen, and take it over. Getting all my damn money. All of it.
I'm gonna have an exclusive book box too. I'm gonna do a book box. I ain't did a book box since 2021, I think 2022. I'm gonna come with an exclusive book box. I think I'm going to participate in a Southern Hearts exclusive book too. I'm not sure. I'm gonna talk to them about that, but I might have an exclusive book coming out too. That's only gonna be at Southern Hearts. Still working on that. But yeah, we it's a lot of things that Masterpiece got going on for 2025, and sometimes things just come as I go. So I probably ain't even mentioning all the things you're gonna see from me next year.
Well, if you still in here, I'm gonna need you to go get that exclusive book from Masterpiece for me. Because
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be at Southern Hearts.
I gotta ask. I think Aisha Bree. They the ones who incorporating that. So I'm gonna see where I get in, where I fit in on that. But yeah,
I'm excited for you.
thank you,
I'm
thank
so
you so
excited for you.
much. And
One
thank
more
you
question.
everybody
Oh,
for tuning in. Thank you everybody. Y'all done filled me up with so much love. Y'all done bought books today. Look, I'm just like, I gotta go do wrap some orders up, get ready to ship tomorrow.
wait a minute. One more question before we go. 5 years. What do you see Masterpiece Presents in 5 years?
I see Masterpiece Presents being able to give 6-figure deals. I see Masterpiece Presents as like something way bigger than what it is now for the urban community of authors. I could even bring in diversity too, but I see Masterpiece Presents being able to like really go worldwide, and they know that this publication house is something not to be played with. And I want to be able to give other authors their first traditional book deals and try to change that game up a little bit, because if a lot of traditional is different. It's it forces authors to write differently, and I want to be able to be control of those deals and let authors stick to who they want to stick to and be themselves, and not have to you know change and still be able to get a traditional deal. So it's a lot of things that I'm doing research on and trying to look deep into. But I see Masterpiece Presents far, real far in 5 years. This is literally just 2024 was the beginning of Masterpiece Presents. And it came literally out of nowhere. Like I was teaching and I said I could publish. This is what I could do. And I could bring something new into this. New to my authors, help my authors. So
We gonna touch and agree.
Yes.
We gonna touch and agree because I see it too. You claim it. It's there.
Yes.
And when you get there, don't forget about
Oh
don't
no,
let
I
no
won't.
pop your shit. It'll be like when I say, "Can you do an interview for me?" You gonna be
Cause
like,
we all gonna whoever is in this. Remember, I said that circle, that village. That's what it's about.
"Thank you."
That's what it's about.
Well, thank you, ma'am, for coming on Pop Your Shit.
And thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed this interview thoroughly. Y'all got tears out of a thud. And y'all done heard my kids and get in trouble, all that type of stuff. But I enjoyed this. I'm even holding it. I gotta go use the bathroom. I've been holding it because I didn't want to get up at all. I enjoyed my time thoroughly.
Well, thank you for entrusting your feelings and being vulnerable with me. And I'm hoping that you feel like this space is safe.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Whenever you want to have me again, just let me know. I come right on back.
Okay, I know you got to go to the bathroom, but where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Facebook, not underscore, author masterpiece. My second Facebook is Authoress masterpiece for backup. My TikTok, follow me now if you're on here, but my TikTok is masterpiece 1324, or you can search Authoress masterpiece. My Instagram is authoress underscore masterpiece. My publishing house Instagram is Masterpiece Presents. Um, email, I respond to emails too. Masterpiece3541 at outlook.com. Website, authoressmasterpiece.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Go
you.
handle your business. Go eat your
I'm about
dinner
to, I'm about
and
to, I'm
all the
about to.
things. And thank you. And the love I have for you, baby. I love you down. I love you down.
Thank you. Look, I thank you so much for having me, and thank you for making it a safe space. I couldn't ask for better. This interview was really good. This interview was good. I'm so
Good.
happy we did this. I wasn't nervous. I felt myself. I'm about to go be on myself. I gotta go. Love you too, babe. Look, and make your put a username on it.
Yeah,
I'm
so we know who you are.
put a username on it, and let me make sure I follow you too. I gotta see. Let me. Yeah, I ain't even. Yeah, get you a username, girl.
Girl, handle your business, baby.
Honey.
Love you back.
All
Love
right.
you down. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Happy
Talk to you
reading,
later.
y'all.
Happy reading.